Right, quick one today. We're just going to look at today's CSS battle. Right, let's play. Okay, let's start with a background. I saw some. Let's do this. Okay, so background. Let's style the body actually. We can do body. I think we can do it all with the body. We've got background of that on it, and then to achieve the full background, we can put a box shadow of that color. Oh, hang on. Now we want it to be 0, 0, 0, and now I've seen if we do inches, it's quicker than, it's shorter than pixels, because 5 inches is obviously quite a lot more pixels. Yeah. Then we need to remove the margin on the body. Oh no, we don't need to remove the margin on the body, we need to set the width and height of the body. Now, the width of each of these blocks is going to be, I'm going to say, this is 110. Yeah, and the height, let's go with 60 for now. Looks about right, I'd say. No, maybe 70. Maybe 70. My plan here is that's all we need, and then we can just increase the box shadows. Just add, because we can layer box shadows on top of each other. As long as we keep this one on as the last one, it will always stay here. But this is just a repeating block that comes down, and we should be good, I think. So that's our setup. We want to move it into the middle, so the way I'm going to move it into the middle is using margin. The reason I'm using margin is we don't need to use units in the thing in CSSBattle, so I can do a top of 80. Should put us in about the right place, maybe 85. So 80 is not enough, yeah, so let's go to 85. About right, and then we want to bring the side in, so that obviously this is now 85 around all 4, so let's put it at 10 back at size. 10 isn't enough, let's do 15. Perfect, absolutely spot on. Right, okay, so that's our setup. We don't need div, we don't need any of this stuff. Okay, so now we just need to, let's add some, we're going to do it a bit verbosely for now, just to see. Laid out like this nicely so we can see it. So first one is going to come, we're going to do this first one here. We're coming down 20 pixels, so it'll be 20 pixels, and then sorry, this is X first, isn't it? So 20, let's do 20 on both for now. Now the other thing as well we can do, a little shortcut, is if we assign color to this here, then every shadow, it's not that color, it's this one. If we assign color to the same as back color, then every shadow we define will have that background color. We'll have that color. It's a shorthand for putting color in. So we just need to move, I think is the Y correct? The Y is not quite correct on that, so that may be, so let's do, X is going to come across, say 40. Not quite there. Let's get the diff out actually. We're looking for this little guy in here. So maybe 50 be too much, maybe 45. Nope, 50 is. And then we want to come down another 5. Nope, another 10. Okay, there's our first shadow in. So now we can just keep adding these shadows in. So the next one, let's move this one across. Let's go down first, so it'll give us a bit more of a diff. So down another 20, so we'll go 50. Not quite enough, maybe it is 30 every time. Yep, and this is we're going to assume this is 50 every time, so we do 100. There we go. So now, first side is done. Next side, so first one is going to be this one, which is 0 on the Y, and X probably about a 140. So let's do 140 px and a 0. Nowhere near. Well, nearish. So we can do 160. Well, that's pretty much spot on. Okay, and then everything else is we're going to learn from our previous ones. So the next one is going to be this 160 plus a 50 to move it across one. So it's 210 px, and then that's down the same as the other one, so 30 px, because it's just down the same in the same y. So that's perfect. And then our final one is going to be this plus 160, so it's 260, and down 60 px. And that gives us our result. Now I'm going to submit that for now. What's that give us? Should give us 100%. We'll just wait. Yeah, 100%, 637.63. We can run a plugin. I've got this Minify plugin. I'll share this down below. But if you haven't seen the plugins before, down here there's a plugins section, and you can add a plugin. Now this is a Minify plugin that I've got from somebody else, so I'll share the link to where I got that from. But this is just going to go through and it's going to minify our code. And the way plugins work is they're just little bits of JavaScript that run on the code. So if I close this one, I can, and in this settings actually, if I come to edit here, you can set this as a favorite, so it shows up on the right hand side. So if I cancel that and I run that Minify plugin, this has now taken our code down to 158 characters. And we can also lose that final curly bracket as well. Remember, this is not necessarily about the best CSS. This is about the minimum CSS that will get you looking correct. So we can submit that one. There's one more plugin we can use, which I'll do in a second. So now we're higher score, 689. We're getting close to 700. I've only had one 700 so far. There's a unit replacement plugin that I've got, and what this will do is this will run through all these units and it'll see if there's another unit we can replace it by. For example, the height of our view here is 300, and so when I see a 100 pixels, that can also be written as 30 view height units. So you get the exact. Oh no, we don't get exactly the same result. What have I done there? Oh, I'm being an idiot. It's not for 30 view height units. It is 25 view width units, because it's 25% of the view width. And so what this unit replacement plugin it'll go through and do that. So this is 1 VH. I think no, 1 view width. Nope. Getting these a bit wrong. Let's just run the plugin. Run that plugin, and it's replaced a couple of those items. You can manually do this. So, for example, with this 30 pixel one that I was trying to do, if I do 30 divided by 300, obviously this is 0.1, so that could be 10 VH. But the reason that hasn't replaced it is 10 VH is not more in characters than 30 pixels. Yeah, so now we've done that, we've minified it, and we've run those things. Again, I'll show these plugins and I'll show where I got them from. But now when we run that, we're now at 693 with 100% match. So I'm fairly happy with that. I might come back and try another solution at some point, but I'll share the link to this down below, and if you want to have a go, do have a go. Thanks, see you tomorrow.